Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. From China! What happened to diesel cars? What can you do with a diesel car, a diesel engine, that you can't do with a regular gasoline engine? You can use cooking oil and batteries from China! I mean, really, people just wake the fuck up! From China! Fumes that are ruining your lungs. They don't see it. They don't see the shit. Now I can't tell the NPCs from the real people. From China! Air alert, whatever you want to call it. From China!
To bother me, I take a toke and all my cares go up in smoke.
Hello, all of my fabulous, beautiful people, and how are you all doing today? I hope that everyone has smoked and toked and whatever else you need to do for today's stream, because today we are going to hear from our favorite loon bag. He went a little loco on us last time. CC, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. And yes, as Joe says, he is the winner of the 2023 Top Left Award. So yes, again, congratulations, Chris. Very, very proud of you. Good job. Though I had a spot in the pre-stream. If you would like one, we can definitely give you one. Don't worry. Errant, good to see you. I hope that you're having a great day. Yes, daily reminder for the onion jackals who may be lurking. You are only here at Queen's Suffragettes. That's right. That's what I say. So we have a few things going on here with CC. Now, he had posted up a video just about a week ago, and it was all about how he is covered in smoke in New York. He's covered in smoke in New York. He's very, very, very upset about it. So we're going to react to that. And another thing is that there was just a study released on flat earthers, and I do really want to go over that today. It's called Flat Earthers Are Overconfident About Their Own Scientific Knowledge, but Exhibit Low Scientific Literacy, Study Finds. And this news just came out yesterday, so I do want to talk about it. Not that we needed any more proof that flat earthers had a low scientific literacy, but it is good to have real studies kind of, showcase that for us, just to help us prove that these people are bonkers and that they do not know science at all. At all. Behave or be gone. So, I definitely want to go through that. I think it will be really, really fun. But first, I do want to hear from CC.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 5/7/23. I just have a quick question.
All right. So when CC says he has a quick question, we all know it's probably going to be a rant. He never just has a quick question. It's never like, I have a quick question. How come nobody understands that the earth is flat? You know what I mean? It goes into a rant. Hello, Go Suck an Egg. I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Yes, it is a transport van. CC is at work. CC is at work where, yes, he transports people around. Imagine having this guy come and pick you up. That would suck. So he's done his usual intro for us. He starts every video like this and gives us either the date or the time, depending on if you ask Chuck Chases the facts or the rest of us. I'm just teasing you, Chuck. I love you. And basically, he's going to get right into it. I have a feeling it's not going to be a quick question. Now, when I first saw this video posted, I have to admit, I was like, is he going to be bitching about the fires that are going on? Because, for example, the last week here in Ottawa, even, we have had a few days where the forecast has just been smoke. There are wildfires right now in British Columbia, Nova Scotia, Quebec. And because of that, all of the smoke has kind of like taken over Ottawa on a few different occasions. We had about 3 days last week where you looked outside and all you saw was smoke. It was like major fog. It was like, that's what it looked like. It looked like we had major fog, but it wasn't. It was all of the smoke from all of the wildfires had like made it over here. We're luckily like right in the middle, right in of it all going on. So, it all came to us. I thought that that's what he's going to talk about, but apparently not so much.
Whatever happened to, everybody's into this electric cars. I'm starting to see these Teslas all over the place now, and some other electric cars. Other companies have joined the bandwagon. Let me ask you a question. Whatever happened to diesel cars? Remember that back in the 80s, they were actually diesel sedans. We had them. Now, let me ask you a question. What can you do with a diesel car, a diesel engine, that you can't do with a regular gasoline engine?
I'm not really sure. Now, you would think that this would be something along the lines of like, that diesel can go further than gas. Diesel is less expensive than gas. Things like this. You would think that that's where this is going. But it's not. It's done on purpose. They're on purpose fires. That's a fun conspiracy.
Anybody?
Just I thought that was from your apartment. Yes, we were cooking. And caused the wildfires.
You can
It's because I never listen to my fire alarm when it beeps to tell me that food's ready when I'm on streams,
use cooking oil in a diesel engine. That's right.
Cooking oil in a diesel engine. All right. So get ready, because you are about to hear Cece go into a spiel about why they are not letting us use diesel and how it's a conspiracy theory. I feel it. I feel it coming.
As long as you clean the cooking oil, it's just as good as having a tank of gas that you just paid $65 for. So if everybody wants to do this rah, 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 let's save the fucking spinning wet ball, why don't they?
Okay, now this part's funny to me because he's all like, rah, rah, rah. Let's all save the spinning ball. If the earth was flat, wouldn't it too need to be saved? I mean, if we're fucking up the earth with all of our gas fuel, since that appears to be what he's upset about on this day, wouldn't the flat earth also need to be saved from this? Why is it just the globe earth that gets affected by bad fumes in the air? I would like to know. Cooking oil, dumbass. Yep, no, but you know what? All you have to do apparently is clean it. Just get a strainer out, pour it through that. You're good to go. Just put that in the tank. Off you go.
Bring out diesel cars.
You might only get down the road about half a block, though, and then your engine might blow up, but you're traveling.
Anymore. Huh? No, they want us to go electric so we can buy all our fucking batteries.
That's actually a great point, Joe. If diesel was that great, his van would be diesel. The irony is that, yes, he is bitching about this in a vehicle that runs on gas.
From China!
From China! That reminded me of Dykes, China. I was so happy.
Who's in bed with Biden? Don't people...
Biden! It's because we... When I first heard this, I was like, wait, what? So we don't want to use diesel. because we want to sell the gas because we get it from China. And apparently Joe Biden and China are in bed together. Good for him. I didn't even think he could still get it up.
People fucking see this? I mean,
don't you see this? Don't you? We're crazy because we're the ones that don't see it. You know, Cece's obviously the sane one here.
I mean, really, people just wake the fuck up.
Yeah, wake the fuck up. Why are we all sleeping? Why are we all sleeping just like Biden's sleeping with China? Okay, we all got to wake up and get with the program. The Chinese oil program.
They're falling for it hook, line, and sinker. They really are. It's unbelievable. Not a single diesel car on the road. I'd rather smell French fries in the back of somebody's car while they're in front of me than gasoline engines with the fumes that are ruining your lungs. Because that's what a diesel car smells like when you put cooking oil in it. It smells like French fries driving along. I'd much rather smell that, right? Fuck.
Oh, fuck. He's so frustrated. He's like very angry. And this is why I get a little worried about CC. One day I'm going to go to react to one of these videos and it's going to be magic that he even uploaded it because he had a heart attack halfway through getting all upset. Getting all upset at everyone for not waking up and understanding the oil conspiracy with China and Biden and how it also keeps us from just using diesel in all of our cars. I love it. I love it. The funniest part about it is that Cece's doing this rant because he found out that in New York, they had, just like we did here and lots of places right now because of the wildfires, had a warning about the air quality. That's often what they call it. Technically here, it was also an air quality warning where they, like I told you guys in a stream recently, the kids weren't allowed to go outside for recess because of the smoke, you know, things like that. Right? Right? So he got this report that there was, you know, worrisome air quality in that area. And he goes right to China and Biden gas conspiracy instead of really looking into why it's there. And I think that's hilarious.
Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon,
And why are we listing states off? I don't understand.
California. What do all these have in common with New York?
They're all United States. All states in the country of the United States of America, which is not my country. If you're wondering, I'm in Canada.
Can you think of it off the top of your head? Just think for a second.
I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job just now, but I bet you have something else that they all have in common.
That's right. They're west of New York. You're doing well. Congratulations.
I didn't really think into it that deeply. But yeah, okay. So they're all west of New York. But your question was, what do they have in common with New York? Like, New York is not west of New York. So now I'm just, Cece, why do you do this to me? Now I'm just confused again. I'm like, well, no wonder why we didn't answer the question correctly. How are we supposed to know that New York is supposed to be west of New York itself? Fuck me.
Now, let me ask you a question. How quickly does the Earth spin?
Okay, Cece, I'm starting to feel like I'm in an interview. You're asking a lot of questions. And this is a YouTube video. So it's not like I can actually answer them for you in the moment. But this has to be going somewhere. So all of those countries are on the west of New York. We needed to know that. That was important to this speech. And how fast does it spin? And as Devil's Advocate says, oh, here we go again. Because, of course, this is... CZ brings up how the Earth spins in almost every video. It always seems to be his point of contest is, okay, and then the Earth's apparently spinning, and he goes on a rant. 15 degrees an hour. I mean, yeah, if we were actually going to answer it. The funny thing is, it's like, I feel like no matter what we say here, he's going to scream at us. Yeah, Warhammer and CC do need to collab. They do. That would be hilarious.
Second question. Do you know what it is?
No?
1,000 miles.
Hey, whoa, now you're on to a third question. So hold up there, CC. You're trying to mess with me now. Second question. Do you know what that is? My answer is no. I do not know what the second... Now we're on to the third question. You can't even keep track of your own questions.
Miles per hour. Congratulations. You're doing well. Now, there's smoke. There are forest fires up in Canada.
Wait, what? Up in Canada? We're in Canada. Say Ayla, we like our maple syrup and our here beaver tail donuts. And we go tobogganins. They're up here in the Canadias. It's the Canuckias. Get it right, CC.
Back. That are making its way down here to New York. Now, this has been happening for a couple of days now. I'm actually starting to see it dissipate a little bit. This morning I wasn't able, I saw the orange sun, but not as evident as the day before.
So then he does bring it up eventually. And I'm like, okay, so he does know. So what the fuck was the whole rant about the diesel? Because I was honestly, when I first watched this, going, oh, he must think that it's poor air quality because of, like, you know, the gas, the exhausts, things like this from cars, like that. You know, most of us normal people, when we first started listening, that's what we're thinking. So then he just drops that whole thing, asks us a bunch of questions. Apparently we're playing 21 questions. Made me feel like I was on a game show for a moment. He even tried to throw an extra one at me there. Had to call him out for that. And now he brings up that, yes, there's smoke, and it's coming from the Canadians. You know?
The day before, I'll tell you, it was just phenomenal. But my problem is, all these states that are west of us aren't having any problem with smoke in their skies.
Oh, Lord, here we go. All the states west of you are not having problems with smoke with the skies. Okay?
No, as a matter of fact, it's moving down toward New York, which shouldn't be, but that doesn't make any sense. It should be, this is what it should, if we lived on a spinning wet ball from outer space right now, and all those satellites everybody say that are out there that don't exist, well, they should be capturing this, because this is what it should look like. It should look like a basketball that's filled with smoke, okay? Now prick a little hole in the basketball, and you see that little smoke dissipate? Now spin the basketball, and you tell me where all the smoke goes. Around the ball. That's right. You're doing well.
Okay, so again, picture it. Picture it. If that's how it worked, right? If that's how it worked, then there would only be one line, too, all the way around the Earth that would technically get smoke on it, okay? I know, he's getting us, I know. He's real smart, this CC.
I love it. That's what the smoke should be doing. It shouldn't be coming down in New York. It should be spinning around the ball. So sad, guys. They don't see it. They don't see it. They don't see this shit. They're starting to talk about it now on these paid networks, and they're actually doing local spots on it too. But the fucked up thing about it is now I can't tell the NPCs from the real people. You know what I'm saying? Because now everybody.
Okay, calm down for a second there, Cece. Just calm down. So, he says that since our Earth is spinning, and according to him, it's extremely fast, to the point where he doesn't understand how we're not all being flung from the Earth because the globe is just spinning so quickly. If the forest fire starts in Quebec and then the Earth spins, I guess the fire stays in Quebec. Okay, and wind doesn't exist. None of that exists. And then it would just travel around the world with Quebec. It would not even move. Okay? So obviously, the Earth has to be flat in order for the smoke to spread. And obviously, the Earth is not moving in order for the smoke to spread. It makes no sense. I know you're sitting there and you're going, wait, what the fuck? Like, none of this makes sense. It's not supposed to. But it makes perfect sense to him. Then what Cece does is he throws out something that's actually very scary. And we're going to laugh at him and stuff here, but at the same time, that last statement really worried me. I think we should listen to it one more time because honestly, like it freaks me out a little bit. I'm kind of like, oh no, that's not good.
Spots on it too, the fucked up thing about it is now I can't tell the NPCs from the real people.
Now he cannot tell the NPCs from the real people. Okay. So, CC here basically just admitted that his conspiracy theories and his paranoia is now starting to affect his sense of reality. That's scary, CC. That's when you need to stop this shit. That's when it becomes time to maybe go talk to a shrink, get on some medication, and get that sorted out. Because you should not be going through your life actually believing, first of all, in NPCs at all. But then, if you do believe in it, I would hope that your belief system wouldn't take over the reality. So, at the beginning, it was kind of funny. You just thought the odd person here or there was an NPC. And we were kind of able to poke fun at it and be like, haha, when Cece goes to the store, is like the store clerk an NPC, but then the other customers aren't, how does that work? And I mean, technically for everyone except for you and your fam to be an NPC is kind of the only way that the conspiracy theory would work. Like, you'd have to be the most important man in the entire world. And you're so important of a person on our world, CC, Chris, from New York, Westchester County, that the government literally hired almost like paid actors to pretend to be other people on the earth just to trick you and your family. Sounds nuts, but at the same time, in order for that to be, for like the whole NPC thing to be real, that almost makes more sense than it's just like an odd random NPC being thrown into the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would the government just throw a few out? So technically, that makes it make more sense as a conspiracy theory. But it also, again, fucks up the theory. Because again, who are you? Why are you so important that the government would do this? And then what it does is it makes us worried about you. Because then I go, oh shit, that means that Cece is walking around now in everyday life believing that everybody is basically a fake person, a paid actor almost, to be like the store clerk, the girl shopping, the guy walking his dog, the person going into their apartment. Imagine reading for that role, right? You show up to, like, I don't know, the Men in Black building. Will Smith comes and lets you in. And he's like, so, we need you. Here's a script. We need you to pretend to be a woman who walks her dog, and we need you to walk past CC Chris from New York, Westchester County. Tuesday at 3 o'clock, he's going to walk down Princess Street. I'm going to need you at exactly, 3:15 p.m. to walk past him, have your dog take a poop there, pick it up, go deliver some mail, and then you can just come off the set and we'll let you go home. And you're just sitting there like, weird job I'm applying for. And by the way, who the fuck is CC Chris from Westchester County, New York? Like, okay. He's a nobody. Why would they do that to you? But it is a little scary. I'm getting worried. I told you guys, we might be starting to enter a point where CC becomes less funny, ha ha. Let's all laugh at the clown flat earther, and a little bit more. Uh-oh, should we be worried? Should we be doing a 5150? Right.
I'm saying, because now everybody's wearing face. They're back to wearing face masks again in New York because there's a high air alert, whatever.
Why is that bizarre? I think it's hilarious that people wore masks for COVID, okay, to not get sick. So it makes perfect sense to me that if people are told there's bad air quality, they might think, I'll throw on a mask again. That should help with that. Just like it did with the COVID. I mean, to me, that makes a lot of sense. I'm sure you can even understand why people would want to wear masks going outside. I told you guys here, the kids were all kept inside from recess. Right? So would it be that bizarre if I also told you that parents that day were sending their kids to school in masks again? Like, that's what kind of happened here. Makes complete sense, And he just can't fathom this. He's like, there's bad air quality, and people went back to wearing masks? That's so bizarre. They must be NPCs, all of them. Because I guess if you're wearing a mask, you're automatically an NPC to CC now. So, 2020 must have been real hard for them.
You want to call it. So, back to wearing face masks. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's such a comical, fucking Twilight Zone.
I'm telling you, it really is. I have a great time reacting to you, Cece. I really do feel like I enter a Twilight Zone of scientific stupidity. Just pure scientific stupidity. The only thing he has going for him is his hair. Yeah, that hair is something else. Cece has MCS. Yep.
I mean, this is all it is. It's got to be the fucking Twilight Zone. All right, I think.
Yes, do you know what, Joe? I think we could maybe convince him that he is the NPC, or that this is, in fact, the Twilight Zone, which was a great show, and now I want to go watch some of it. But that's what he does. And again, I'm kind of over here like, I'm not sure what the goal of this was. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when I first started reacting to him, he at least had a point in his rants, even if they were a little ranty and he went off topic. Like Joe and myself, Sarcastic Barman, our mom, our Globe Mama, Chuck Chases the Facts, anyone that talked on CC and his beliefs, we would at least be able to be like, okay, he's claiming this, and it's to prove this about the flat earth, right? Because usually his rants are, oh, I hate how everyone's wearing masks. Don't they know masks don't help? And that proves it's a flat earth. Like, that's his way of thinking. There would usually be like a beginning, a middle, and end to the rant, if you will. He introduces thought, his hypothesis, what could prove that the earth is, flat. He would explain to us why he believes this. And then he would usually like laugh a bit or scream at us to wake up and react to it a bit, if you will. And then that was the end of the video. And there was sort of a formula to it. You knew a little bit about what to expect with CC. The last few times, I have had no clue. Like, I feel like at this point, he is just throwing out verbal diarrheas that he hopes will somehow stick to the flat wall to prove that flat earth is real. And there's no beginning to it, there's no middle, there's no end. Like, I really wanted his rant at the start of this about, the oil conspiracy theory with China and Biden to then lead into maybe the smoke stuff going on in the air quality. I thought he was going to connect them by mentioning something along the lines of, maybe we'd have better air quality even with all this going on if we didn't have all the exhaust smoke. Something like that. I was expecting that. I really was. Because it sounded like that's what we were doing. That's where it was going. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't we? So, Cece, why didn't you do that? Damn it. But that's not what happened. It was almost like it was two completely different points. And then he doesn't even really chalk it up to anything at the end other than people are wearing masks. So then I'm like, is that what the real problem is here? He's angry about the masks? And then he throws in just to, the little cherry on top, if you will, that his sense of reality is now being warped by his conspiracy theories, and now he sees everyone as an NPC. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Like, none of this had anything to do with each other. Really, like I said, he didn't even fully connect the exhaust and the smoke and the diesel. And I was hoping he was going to maybe bring up, like we had a chatter here say, that the fires were on purpose or something. I was waiting for Cece to say something like that too. I was like, maybe he's going to bring up that Biden and China set the fires. Like, I don't know. It's Cece. Okay, that trust me, that would have made sense too. But none of that happened. And I really do feel like he just ranted here. And even the last couple, there hasn't really been real thoughts or opinions even stated by him. It's becoming just verbal diarrhea, Hello, Jen. I hope that you are having a fabulous day. I'm Wilson once said, CC is so funny. I voted him for the 2023 Top Left Award, which he did. He did win. I was torn between Flatzoid and him. Yes. Any front runners for Top Left 2024? Well, we know that CC is going to be there for sure. For sure. He has not worn his t-shirt yet. I don't even think he's acknowledged it yet, which I was kind of upset about. I was hoping he would bring it up. Joe thinks that Flatzoid will get it next year. We got to do some on that soon, Joe. And it is true, Jen. Like, they've all been rants, and lately they're incohesive rants. That's kind of what I was just saying. Like, a year ago, his rants made some sense. Today, I think he's having a hard time putting his thoughts together. And then when he makes statements like, I can't tell the difference between the real people and the NPCs, I do have to worry about him and his mental health a little bit. I really do. So I do hope that he steps away. I keep telling him, CC, you might be going a little loopy. Maybe just take a break for like a week on the flat earth stuff. Because if he's just sitting here all day and all night long thinking of this shit and thinking of it in the way that he presents it to us nonstop, I mean, you gotta think of what does his self-talk sound like and his thoughts sound like in his head. When he's like alone in a room and he's thinking, like, is it as crazy or even crazier? Right? Probably crazier than what he says out loud. So you can kind of get a sense for if that's the way he is all the time, he'd be fucking nuts now. No wonder why he's losing his mind. So I hope that in between these videos and him intaking whatever information and so-called research he does in order to be a flat earther and do these videos, that he's taking like some time to not think about this. That's really the best advice I can give, CC, is please give your mind a break from this conspiracy stuff just a little bit. Just a little bit. Dehumanizing people as NPCs isn't healthy. Interacting with them is fun and rewarding. And see, that's the thing, is that does isolate you, right? So you got to worry about someone like him. We do not want CC to get more isolated with these thoughts. I think all of us were at one point kind of hoping to just laugh at him, poke some fun, and maybe get through to him that he's just a clown on the internet and none of that's real. But I do think that CC is one of the true believers, and we've talked about that before. He is a true believer. There are some people that maybe don't fully believe in the flat earth, but they're a part of it. We've talked before about how a lot of the flat earthers are people that just want to have almost like an alternative stance on something. People like that do very much exist. So he is not one of those people, okay? CC, unfortunately, is a true believer of the flat earth down to his bone. I even started this off wondering if part of his freak shows were him acting, trolling us a bit. Trolling us. People have trolled us flat earthers before. It's happened. So I thought he was kind of trolling us a little bit. But then the more I watched him and watched other people watch him too, the more I realized he's not acting. When he gets all mad and he's screaming, "Wake up, people!" and all that, he's serious. He is very upset that people are not waking up to the China and Joe Biden oil conspiracy theory. It's very upsetting. So it's like, dude needs to go smoke a joint, go up and smoke, and just chill. Just chill out. Chill out, bruh. His thought voice is like Charlie Brown's teacher. That would explain a lot. He skipped science classes from the 3rd grade on. Right? And that's the sad thing, is that, a lot of the stuff is stuff that we learned in very early public school about the earth and science and physics. And it's like a grown adult that still doesn't get it. It's a little frustrating. When buying groceries, one cashier remarked that his allergies are flaring up. So I told him some tips that helped me before. Not an NPC. So at least that one wasn't an NPC, but all the other ones could be, according to CC here. Be careful. Yeah, he's a true believer. There aren't many of them. I feel like a lot of the people in the flat earth so-called movement, some of them are just there to make money, to get fame, and then there are a handful of the real diehard true believers. CC is a diehard true believer. And speaking of believers and knowledge on flat earth, I now have a beautiful little study that I want to talk to you about. And it is flat earthers are overconfident about their own scientific knowledge, but exhibit low scientific literacy. So they have studied this and they just came out with the results, and I think it would be very interesting. So we will be right back after a message from our sponsors.
How do you know if your problems are the result of bad life choices or demons? And what do you do if your problem is demons? My 200-page book, Dealing with Demons, has answers for questions most are afraid to ask. Can Christians be demon-possessed? How can I know what's natural and what's supernatural? Dealing with Demons will teach you how to recognize symptoms that the devil is at work in your life or the life of someone that you care about. Learn strategies to avoid Satan's traps and walk in freedom and supernatural protection. Read Dealing with Demons and be one step closer to living in spiritual victory.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No, no, no. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Are you someone who worships our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Do you believe women owe you what the Virgin Mary refused to give up? Is your life meaningless unless you can experience the touch of a woman, but not just any woman, a true Stacy? Are you tired of gym maxing? Well, we have the perfect solution for you, Giga Chad. Brought to you by the same people who brought you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. We now offer sexual endorphin spray to help attract the perfect Stacy. With just a few squirts. No, don't squirt that! Sorry. Today's content is brought to you by Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. Just spray yourself with this fabulous fragrance, and the women won't be able to keep themselves off you.
I use a sexual endorphin spray to attract this dumb hoe. She hasn't left my kitchen or my bedroom since, know what I'm saying?
Shit smells amazeballs. The fragrance is cool too.
It smelled so good, even Grandma loved it. And me. A little too much, actually. You can even use it at church, guys. The nuns wouldn't stop grabbing at me. Neither did the pastor's wife. Women will love the scent, guaranteed. He smells so good. I just want to rip off all of his clothes and then just take my tongue and then... Okay then, amen. Grab a bottle for yourself today, along with a box of Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and you'll be posting shorts on YouTube called From Incel to Giga Chad in no time. Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. Be a Giga Chad right away and spray to get your dream Stacy today.
Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Hartman's, RX Pharmacy, Home Depot, Chad's R Us, the grocery store, all the damn pharmacies, and in your favorite YouTube streamer's pocket. Now, back to our regular programming.
Yes, now back to our regular programming. Joe says proof that Dunning-Kruger is correct. The Dunning-Kruger effect. They do talk about it. Linux has man pages for demons. A book to help you deal with Bells and her hexes, because she will hex you. Books help with mat demons? Amen. Raw men. Raw men. So, excuse me, I agree, thank you. Get off of my page. A cognitive bias known as the Dunning-Kruger effect appears to be highly prevalent among people who believe the earth is flat. Flat earthers, flurfs, whatever you want to call them. According to new research published in Public Understandings of Science, this means that flat earthers tend to have lower levels of scientific literacy while also being more overconfident in their own scientific knowledge. In other words, they think they know a lot about science even though their actual knowledge is limited. Both my co-authors and I are very interested in topics related to scientific culture, said study author Jose Luis Arroyo, I don't know how to pronounce that, Barriguet, a professor at Camilla's Pontifical University. This is a line of research we have been working on for several years. In this regard, one of the most surprising beliefs we have encountered is that of flat earth belief. I honestly also want them to do this study on people that believe in magic and in being like a psychic, reading tarot cards. Because honestly, at this point, we have more people that believe that they can cast spells on people than we do people that believe in the flat earth. And I don't know how this happened. Like when I was like 13, The Craft came out and me and my friends were all like, oh, we're witches. And we like played around and pretended we could cast spells and all this stuff. And then by the time I was 13 and a half, I grew out of it. I have seen grown-ass adults out here claim that they can cast spells on people, hex people, claim that our whole lives are already planned for us. So we don't have any free will. We don't have any thinking, nothing. Our whole life is already pre-planned for us with all different journeys and stuff that we take. And they're going to tell us our future. And I'm over here like, how did we fall and regress so hard as a society that we actually have people out here claiming magic is real? So I want to know about that. I think we got to do that. The issue is that, contrary to what one might think, there are more people than would be reasonable with doubts about the shape of the earth. Yeah, there's more people than would be reasonable that believe that magic and being psychic is real, and that they can talk to the dead. In fact, there are YouTubers. Oh my God, the YouTubers, the Freddy Krueger effect. Raw men, Timpopo. Here we worship the flying spaghetti monster. The cutting-edge study in psychology, the Freddy Krueger effect. Magical thinking for the win. Casting spells is easy. Getting them to achieve anything isn't. That's true. It's true. I guess you got me there. So they say, in fact, there are YouTubers who have cemented their activity by posting videos about flat earth theories. Like myself, even. Debunking them. I don't think they're just talking about the people that are believing, but I think they're also talking in this case about like seeing how many people have channels dedicated to debunking these types of belief systems too, right? This fascinated us and we decided to investigate it. It is often thought that a flat earther is someone with a low level of scientific culture. This is true, but in our research, we observed that there is a second factor that is also necessary to believe in a flat earth. High overconfidence in one's scientific knowledge. So yeah, someone like Cece that seems to think that he's some kind of scientist and could speak on these things, but actually has no knowledge in the field at all. In other words, on average, and with all the exceptions that can surely be found, a flat earther is someone who will have a low level of scientific culture, but who nonetheless considers him or herself as someone with a high level of scientific knowledge. And they usually get that scientific knowledge from Google. They also like to use Dr. Google. To conduct their study, the researchers collected data through an online survey distributed in 2 waves. The first wave included undergraduate students at Camilla's Pontifical University in Spain, while the second wave used a snowball procedure to include Spanish individuals from various backgrounds. The final sample consisted of 1,252 valid records, mainly comprising highly educated individuals with a high socioeconomic level. The dependent variable, belief in a flat earth, was measured on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 indicating strong disagreement. So people like us, that would be like, no, the earth is not flat, okay, fuck it. Or a 10, which indicated a strong agreement with the statement, there is evidence that the earth is flat. Science literacy was measured using the OSI 2.0 scale, which assessed basic scientific facts. Example, electrons are smaller than atoms, as well as the understanding of scientific methods, quantitative reasoning, and cognitive reflection. Overconfidence was measured using 2 items: general overconfidence and overconfidence in scientific knowledge. To assess general overconfidence, participants were asked to rate their agreement with statements such as, "My ideas are usually better than other people's ideas," or, "When I am really confident in a belief, there is very little chance that belief is wrong." To assess overconfidence in science, participants were asked to consider scientific topics that interest them and indicate whether they believed they knew more or less than scientists in relation to those topics. Like actual scientists. So again, these people are not scientists, but they claim to know more than scientists, right? The researchers found that among the participants, 1.3% indicated that they were fully convinced that the earth was flat, while 82.5% were fully convinced that the earth is not flat. These findings were surprising to some, as there was skepticism about finding individuals who believed in a flat earth, especially among highly educated individuals. Excuse me, you would think that people that are highly educated would not believe in a flat earth. But again, these conspiracy belief systems, as you should know if you're over here on my channel, has nothing to do with your level of intelligence. Same with getting scammed. I hear it all the time. People go, Well, it's only stupid people that fall for a scam. No, it's not. They actually take more intelligent people more than dumb people. I've covered this. I did a whole video on it proving that statement to be incorrect because scammers actually scam people that are intelligent more than people who are not. Therefore, that's not true. The statement that only stupid people get scammed is false. So, but the percentage of flat earth believers in the sample was consistent with the result of a YouGov poll conducted in North America among millennials. So this is not just these people and the stats for this. It's consistent with other surveys or polls that they've done on this topic. I think it's fair to say that 1.3% of people are fully convinced that the earth is flat, just across the board. Most of the respondents were university students. However, this is not relevant as studies conducted in other countries and with other samples have found similar percentages of flat earthers. This means that although it is a small percentage among the general population, there are people who either are not completely sure that the earth is round, an oblate spheroid more specifically, or as we're called globe earthers, or are outright convinced that the earth is flat. Our colleagues at the university were surprised by the percentage of people who were not fully convinced that the earth was not flat. Although only 1.3% were fully convinced that the earth was flat, a much larger percentage expressed some doubt. In response to the question, there is evidence that the earth is flat, indicate your opinion, 0 meaning strongly disagree, and 10 strongly agree. 17.5% of people gave a score above 0. Interestingly, a very similar percentage to that obtained in another study in 2018 among North American millennials. So there was another study in 2018, and it was similar findings. The study also revealed that individuals who believed in a flat earth showed lower levels of science literacy compared to those who did not. I think it's fair to say that. I feel like you would have to have a low understanding of science and how it all works in order to come to that conclusion. This was evident across various dimensions of science literacy, including basic facts, understanding scientific methods, quantitative reasoning, and cognitive reflection. The differences in science literacy between flat earth believers and non-believers were statistically significant. Furthermore, the researchers found that flat earth believers exhibit higher levels of overconfidence in their scientific knowledge. Among flat earth believers, a significant portion, almost 25%, claim to know the same or more than scientists. Yeah. I always say if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room, sis. You're in the wrong room. Well, this percentage was much lower, 2.2%, among those who believe the earth isn't flat. Most people that aren't a scientist would not claim to know that more than what scientists do, you know? One of our main concerns is that some respondents may be simply being ironic or expressing doubts regarding the Earth's shape for other reasons. To be cool, to be different, etc. Given that the statistical analysis shows a pattern, it seems that this is not the case. So maybe all these people that claim that they're just doing it to be cool and to be different actually do believe in the flat earth. They're just kind of embarrassed of it for some reason. So they claim it's for other reasons. I guess that's a good way to put it. I use Wikipedia for overviews and reference sources for details. Yes, I kind of do the same too. If I need to research something, I start at Wiki. A lot of people do. 1.3%, that's scary. It sounds low, but it's high. Considering where we are in society today, you wouldn't think it would be that high. Research, I usually use Witsit's fake citations he made up. I guess some were joking. I would hope so. Hello, Six. How are you doing, Sex Frops? I hope you're having a great day. Flurfers should be very frightening to travel too far because, well, all us globe worshippers will let them fall into our sacrificial Illuminati cult pit at the edges. Shh. You weren't supposed to tell them what we talked about at our secret globe Earth meeting, Six. Why are you doing that? I find it interesting, though, that we're actually finding out that it's not people that are doing it to be different. Because I think a lot of us were under the impression that a good portion of those people that claim to believe in the flat earth were doing it just to be cool or to be different. I don't know if that actually came from data, or maybe some of us were just telling ourselves that to feel better about the fact that there's so many dumb people in the world. I don't know. But it does kind of suck to now have to go, you know what, that's not what it is. It actually is people being dumb and believing that the earth is freaking flat. If all those who expressed doubts about the shape of the earth had done so simply for being ironic or other reasons, we would not have found the pattern of low scientific culture and high overconfidence, which was exactly what we expected. However, some respondents surely fall into this category, and in future works, we would like to refine the study design to rule out those who declare themselves as flat earthers for spurious reasons. And the study, if you want the name for the study, is Dunning-Kruger Effect and Flat Earthers, an Exploratory Analysis. You can come and get it here at Sage Journals. You might have to pay. I'm just saying. They also list a bunch of the references if you want to come and check that out. I'll leave you a link to the study in the chat now so that you can check it out if you want to check it out further. But what we just read was a really good overview of it. I think that that's a pretty good study. Joe says, 6, I'm going to have to report you to NASA. All the different fields of science support and supplement each other. Gravity turns every clump of matter into a spherical shape given enough mass. Yeah, the hard part is that flat earthers, and CC's included in this, they like to say gravity's not real. It's a lie. So they try to just erase that whole fact in order to explain the flat earth, right? On a space pizza, gravity would pull towards the center. People far away would be standing at an angle. It's very true. 6 says they already know about me, Joe. Sadly, they have been warned. So yeah, it's an interesting study. Like I said, I feel like maybe you didn't need more proof of this, that they're overconfident about their scientific knowledge, but they don't actually understand science. They exhibit a low scientific literacy. We maybe didn't need more information, but again, it is good to have it. And the one thing that I do find very interesting is the fact that this study proves to us that it isn't just people saying it to be cool or to be different or even to make money as much as what we all thought, but that people actually do genuinely believe our earth is flat right now. So then again, that would bring me to my most famous question on here, I feel like, which is what the hell do we do about that? I know it doesn't seem like a big deal to have things like pseudoscience practices return, but it's a problem. As a society, we are regressing scientifically when we are doing things like believing the earth is flat, believing in magic and like healing powers and all that bullshit. You're shitting on Western medicine and medical science and the likes. And there is a worry that if we continue to regress in this way, that we are going to actually fuck up our medical sciences and all of our research going forward in science. Right now, we have a really large population of people that really want to go into studying spirituality and how to make tarot card readings and cast spells, and less people that want to go off and be a chemist, a biologist, work in medical sciences. That could form a problem in future. This is why I sit here and I talk about these things, because it's not good for us to regress scientifically as a society. It sucks that people believe the earth is flat and that magic's real and want to shit on Western medicine or be anti-vaxxers and all of that stuff. That kind of thing, I do think that we all need to speak out more and stop that from existing, because we are, again, fucking with our sciences and the future of our society as a whole and how we will be able to grow as a society with technology and science and etc. We don't want to find ourselves so regressed that it actually starts to affect us in future. And honestly, we are almost at a point where it's starting to happen. So let's get a hold on it. Anyway, that was interesting. We heard Cece tell us about the conspiracy theory that involves the oil, the gas, and Joe Biden and China, of all places. And then we heard Cece tell us that, he's very upset over people wearing masks because of what's going on with the air pollution right now, because of all the fires. Which, again, I hope everyone that is near these fires got to safety, that everything's okay. No one's, losing their life over this. If you're told to evacuate, again, fucking evacuate. Don't be an idiot and stay there. It's not worth it. And then after he did that big rant, he told us all that he didn't know the difference between NPCs and real people anymore. So I'm interested to see what these future rants will look like. I don't think we actually really do have to be fully worried about CC. He does have a family. He has a wife. He has kids. He has people around him. He isn't completely isolated, just on the internet. So if he actually was having a full-on mental breakdown, I would like to believe that his family would step in and help him out. And, his wife definitely does not put up with his bullshit. We've all seen that. So I do have faith that she would, jump in and do something. So for now, I guess we Just see where this leads with him. What is he going to say next? And is this NPC thing, I was kind of hoping it was a passing thing, but it does appear that it's here to stay. So is it going to get worse? Or it sounds like it might be. I wonder if he ever will believe that he's the actual NPC. That would be a fun stream to do, but, you know, we can only do so much over here for trolling the dude. We don't really troll him much. We just react. Some people might comment under a video or two, but meh. I try not to make contact with the people that I cover here, as little as possible anyway. So I guess in future we are going to have to see what CC wants us to wake up from next. I did like to go over that study. I found it interesting, although it is a little disheartening to hear that, no, actually people do genuinely believe the earth is flat. It's not just people wanting to be cool or different. It was good to know that. We like to update our information over here and make sure that we're talking about things fucking properly. So it was necessary. Jen says, Idiocracy seems more like a documentary every day. It does. Those that voted above 0 were just being nice. I hope so, but unfortunately not. When they gonna make a Streamlabs that will politely fix my typos I always make? That would be nice. That would be nice. We'll get Ash Mufara on that. Cece might drive into a group of NPCs one day. No cow tipping! That's right. Don't tip them, just trip them. Woke up, don't be woke. Yeah, wake up, don't be woke. That's exactly it, right? He wants you to wake up, but only wake up to what he wants you to wake up to. Because as we just read, those that don't believe that the earth is flat actually understand science better than those who do. So if anything, I guess we should be telling them to wake up. You know? So that's all I have for you guys today. We are still having a wonderful week here. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about the no fat movement again, one of our favorite movements out here on the interwebs, and I'm going to be reacting to Big Nick Energy. He hasn't released a video in quite a while, but we still do have a few that I can react to. Then I have actually found a couple more people that I'd like to introduce you all to. Yay! I'm sure you're all so super excited. So make sure that you do all of them YouTube things if you haven't, like, sub, join the members if you want to come hang out in the Discord and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. And no matter where you are or what you are doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day. Take care. And remember, we do probably have to do something to stop whatever is going on with Biden and China. I gotta look more into that. So I will see you all very, very soon. Probably tomorrow. Mwah. Bye! And the earth is not fucking